everyone, and welcome back to 143 Vinyl. My name is Kate, and in this video we are going to be making glitter pins using UV resin and the StarCraft Cup Turner. So let's get started. Let's first get started with all of the items you need to make your glitter pins. First up, you will need your UV resin of choice. This is the one that we purchased from Amazon. It is one of my favorites, and I don't ever have any issues with this one. You will also need the StarCraft Cup Turner, as well as the pin attachment from We Are Memory Keepers that we got from Hobby Lobby. Next, you will need your favorite glitter. We are going to, of course, be using the StarCraft Loose Glitter, and we are going to be using the colors Beachology, Golden Sands, Havana Nights, and Pink Flamingo. Next, you will need your UV lamp to cure your UV resin. This is the mint one that we carry right here at 143 Vinyl. Next, you will need a pair of pliers as well as any PPE that you feel you may need, such as gloves or a mask. You will also need 220 grit sandpaper as well as rubbing alcohol. And last but not least, you of course need your pins. We are going to be using the Paper Mate Inkjoy pins because we find that these are the absolute best ones to make glitter pins with. First, let's set up our StarCraft Cup Turner. All you have to do is remove the rod from your turner and take the assembly piece from the pin attachment and slide it in from the back. It will not fit going in forward, but it absolutely will from the back. You might have to kind of twist it to find that sweet spot, but it just slides in just like that and reattach it to the turner. Next, we need to prep our pin to get ready for the resin and glitter. So it's very simple to do. We will just disassemble the pin itself. So twisting the piece at the bottom to remove that, and then everything else should fall out pretty easily. Next, we will need to remove the pin clip. So we can just take our pair of pliers, give it a really good hold, and it just twists off very easily. And after you get it twisting and going, you can just use your hand and it just comes right off. Next, we will use our 220 grit sandpaper. We don't quite need a piece this large, so we are going to cut it down a little bit. Now, the most important part that we need to sand is the leftover from the pin clip. So you can do a couple of things to help this. You can use an X-Acto knife. I prefer just to use the sandpaper. I find that it does a really good job of sanding it down enough. It does not need to be absolutely perfectly smooth because once we add the glitter, you really won't be able to tell. Now that we have it completely sanded over our pin, we are ready to give it a good rinse and get ready to apply the glitter. At this point, you are absolutely welcome to go ahead and paint your pin with some spray paint or acrylic paint. However, the glitter that we are using today is not very iridescent. It gives a really solid coverage, so that is not a step we are going to do for this video. Next, we will be adding the pin to the rod that comes with the pin attachment. So it's super easy to do. It comes with these little silicone pieces, and we will put one in, and you have to make sure to look for the direction of the little triangle type piece, and your pin will fit right on there. And make sure that the other more cone piece is attached to the inside, and this will help it keep nice and steady while you're working with it. When you apply your UV resin and your glitter, it won't be sliding all over the place. Okay guys, it is the most fun part of the whole process, adding our glitter. So it's really easy. You will take your UV resin and you will only apply a very thin coat. So I just start with one line across and we are going to use a gloved finger to go all the way around. Now you want to make sure that this is a thin layer, because if you do too thick of a layer, it will have some of the glitter sink and you will have some spots that look more like wet spots, and it will take longer for the resin to cure as you're making your pins. So we definitely want to make sure that this is as thin of a layer as possible. One of the things I love about the pin attachment from We Are Memory Keepers is that the rubber pieces will prevent your UV resin from sticking on them, and when you go to remove them at the end, you will not be leaving your pin with any broken resin pieces. Now we're gonna add our glitter. This one is the Beachology, and I'm going to use the scoop side and just dump it all on there. And I'm going to do a quick tap of the rod on my paper to get any extra very loose glitter off of there. And we are going to now attach it to our turner. So I just twist it around so that the longer piece will go right in. And we will take our UV lamp and turn on the turner to get it spinning, so that way it gets the entire 360 degrees to cure, and we will hold it for about 60 to 90 seconds. All right, now that we have our coat of glitter, you can do a second coat of glitter if you would like. However, this one gave a really good coverage, so we are going to start applying the resin to get a smooth surface to get ready for the decals. So we will just do another coat of the UV resin. We will want to make sure it is a little bit thicker than the coat we applied the glitter with, because the glitter is going to soak up that resin, and we want to make sure that we can get it as smooth as possible in as few passes as possible. We will again let the resin cure for about 40 to 60 seconds just to make sure that it gets a really good cure time, and then we will add another layer and do the same process. Okay guys, now that our UV resin is smooth, we are going to give a very light sanding just to make sure it is 100% as smooth as possible for our decal, because as you guys may know, if there are any bumps under the decal, they will absolutely show through. So a light sanding and cleaning with alcohol will prevent that and make sure it is a nice, beautiful surface. One of the final steps is that it is time to add our decal. So I have some StarCraft HD here, and I have some cute little puppy paw prints cut out, and I'm just going to place them kind of here, there, and everywhere to make a really cute design. All right, now that we have our decal on, it is time for the final layer of UV resin. So this time we are going to do a rather thin coat. We just want enough to make sure that all of the vinyl is covered, and we'll give a final smooth surface. All right, and now we go back to the turner for its final curing. Again, we will set it under the UV lamp for about 40 to 60 seconds. All right, and the final step is to clean up our pin and reassemble. So to take it off of the rod, we are just going to remove the little rubber pieces. And like I said earlier, I love these because even though we went a little bit over with our resin, these come right off, and we can just do a little bit of cleanup with our X-Acto knife and some sandpaper, and it will be good to go. All right, and we are just going to sand the edges a little bit just to give that completely smooth and flush surface, so that way when we apply these, the tip and everything back in there, that it will be good to go. And to reassemble, you start with the metal piece face down, and the little clicker piece, the ink and the top. And there we go, guys. We have a perfect glitter pen and it's ready to use. Thank you so much for watching this video. I truly hope that it has helped you make your very own glitter pens using UV resin and the StarCraft Cup Turner. If you have any questions at all, be sure to leave those in the comments below or reach out to our amazing customer service team. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and until next time, bye!